ceremony is about to begin.
Welcome. I'm Georgia Smith-Abad from 5C. So, here we are, up on stage, ready to formally end our elementary school years and move up to middle school. And don't we look amazing?
I'm Alex Jonathan from 5B, and there you are in the audience, supporting us as you always have. Parents, siblings, other family members, our past teachers, and our specials teachers, Miss Laura, Mr. Nico, Miss Sylvia, and Mr. Peter.
Hi, I'm Valeria Faez from 5A. So many people have helped us in this journey. Whether we started here at Lincoln in Kinder 5 or we just arrived this semester. Nuestros maestros de español han sido lo más. Miss Caro, Miss Manu, Miss Irina, Miss Jessica, y Miss Pato.
I'm Delfina Puricelli from 5A. Thank you to all the Lincoln staff who are with us every day. Some of these people include Miss Melissa, Miss Fernanda, Miss Brenda, Mr. Fran, and Mr. Gregory.
And I'm Arab Perswani from 5B. We also recognize our after-school activities, teachers, leaders, and coaches, and the other people who supported us, like the mansion staff, security personnel,
nurses, and maintenance.
This afternoon, you'll hear an 8th grade speaker representing the next step in our journey. Our homeroom teachers will speak, and we will hear from Miss Becky. 6 5th graders will represent our class giving speeches. Also, don't we look amazing?
All 5th grade students were required to reflect on their years in elementary school, put those thoughts into words, and present their speech formally in front of their peers.
In addition, we will receive our medals here on stage representing the completion of elementary school.
Lastly, the 5th grade class will perform playing and singing songs that we worked hard on all semester.
We are so happy that you can be here with us today to honor our time in elementary school and celebrate a new stage in our lives.
Our first speakers this afternoon will be Elena, Emma, and Riley.
Hello everyone, my name is Elena, and this year I've been in 5B with Mr. Clint. I would like to thank my parents and all the teachers here at Lincoln. At the beginning of kindergarten, I didn't know how to speak English. In fact, I didn't even know how to introduce myself. It wasn't always easy since I cried for the whole first week, but the only people who made it easier were my parents and teachers. When I first got here, I was only 5, and with me only speaking Spanish, I thought it would be impossible to ever make friends. But today, I have tons of friends that I love to spend time with and that care for me, and I'm really grateful for that. My first week of school was hard, and I remember I was crying a lot until a girl held my hand and told me we should go to the counselor's office. That's where we went, and it helped me a lot to deal with all the stress and frustration I was dealing with, because sometimes small acts of kindness like this can make the whole difference. I have never moved before, which means I've met all types of different people here at Lincoln. I've had all my friends move and have made new ones almost every year. Might not seem like a big change since people move constantly, but when you stay and see everyone leave, it really hits. I have also gone through tears, some happy and some sad. I have been through moments where I laughed and others where I didn't. When I got here, it was really hard to imagine that I would become one of the people that I used to call the big kids. But now I realize I'm going through what my brain never had the capability to imagine. 5th grade wasn't always easy. Sometimes it was hard to turn in work or even do it in general, but overall this year was great. At the beginning of this year, the first words I ever communicated with Mr. Clint were, "I'm so excited." He laughed and smiled, and today, on the last day of school, I still remember that first day. I've been in Lincoln my whole life, and I'm really grateful for all the amazing memories I made with different people, like teachers, friends, and other classmates. Of course, in 6 years, there were moments I didn't enjoy, and I'm sure there's more to come. I personally changed a lot the past 5 years, and it'll continue to happen. From being a small kid, I have become more mature and understand things better than what I used to. I developed new skills and talents. I also got smarter in many ways and understand things better than what I did before. I'm very excited to make new memories and spend fun times in 6th grade and throughout the rest of the years. I also hope to become one of the people who lend a hand to someone who needs it like they did to me when I was little. Hopefully that small act of kindness will continue to spread throughout the rest of humanity and not only in school. Thank you.
The end of a chapter of life. Good afternoon. I'm Emma Bellieu from 5A. Oh boy, what a journey it has been. Elementary has been incredible. The elementary school has this heartwarming and home feeling when you step inside. All the memorable things that happened in this journey are super. For example, some of my current friends should tell me before I was even in Argentina. Until this day, we're still best friends. Everyone is so welcoming, and you have friends in no time here. This year was an amazing year, and the memories of 5th grade are unforgettable, like the Mar del Plata 5th grade trip, the learning in our classes, the games, and the math classes. I bet all of us are sick and tired of the math classes, right? Something that made this year even better is the support our teachers and parents gave us throughout the year. It's unexplainable. All of us are going to open a new chapter of our lives transitioning into middle school. Next year, it will be very different. For example, We won't need uniform, and it could be a nightmare to pick out our clothes in the morning. The middle school recess area is a field, so we won't have any playground equipment. I think it's symbolic they take away the equipment to force us to grow up. We have to do homework often. Who likes doing homework? The something positive is that we'll have more freedom and liberty, and also we'll have more responsibilities, which is very important. Sixth graders were super welcoming in our visit to middle school. I'm certain middle school will be amazing for all of us, with many changes and challenges, but that won't change the fact that elementary was absolutely incredible. Lincoln is an international school, which is really cool and unique. People enter our lives and then exit. And this year, sadly, I'm among the people exiting. But something we all have in common is we're all moving up. Leaving is not easy, so to help, Lincoln makes you really reflect on your time here. For example, they sign your t-shirts and you get to make a slide about your time here at this amazing school. Lincoln is unique because the focus is not on grades. It's on what each individual needs to grow. It's more about trying your best. It is still mind-blowing that I'm standing here giving a speech to all of you about moving up and being a voice for fifth graders. We are thankful to all of you who have been here for every step we took in our growing process. The people that gave me the courage to stand here are my friends, so huge shout out to them that made me be me and show my true self. So let's continue our move up, celebrating our move up. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Riley from 5B. Growth can be quiet. It can be an unheard of thing, but it can also be loud. Its voice can reach above others. In moments that may seem frightful, your voice can be quiet, or you can be the person who reacts quickly and saves the day. Those moments give you the chance to be quiet or loud. My voice has been loud, and it has been silent. I have no doubt that every single person in this room has experienced a time when their voice was the loudest in the room. And I also bet you that they have all been through moments where they were the person with a dry throat because they weren't brave enough to stand up and express their opinion. You may regret these moments in your life, the times when you made no sound, but people learn from them, just differently. Each step of my life has taught me a lesson. Those lessons are what build up our lives. The milestones of life prove they're in this universe for something, for our own good, our own well-being. These lessons help people adapt and change over time, adjusting to their surroundings. And moving up to middle school is a big change of routine. And all of the lessons I have learned will help me throughout 6th grade. On my transition from 4th grade to 5th grade, I was nervous, and I was excited at the same time. This made me feel the urge to do something people would remember, and to please the people around me. Because when you meet someone new, you usually want to give a good first impression, and do something they remember that makes them happy. But some people don't realize that you need to please yourself first. I wasn't always pleasing myself. I wasn't used to that. Not only that, but I tried to make other people happy first, and I sometimes forgot about myself. I have learned to remember, though, that I matter too. My growth in grade 5 has been exciting. Each and every moment has left me thinking about things that are interesting, whether they are positive or negative. Each lesson I learned this year meant something to me, like learning should. Before the beginning of grade 5, I was more or less alone, on my own path, no other trails parallel to me for miles. Towards the end of the year, the paths of other people have combined with mine, and I no longer feel alone all the time. Because this has now changed, mostly every day I have something to look forward to, whether it's an activity we're going to do in class, a special, or an after-school activity. And with all that I have learned this year, I believe that growing up is a synonym for life. It means that you live, and living is feeling things. It's being involved in the world around you and being a part of your community. My community has changed because growing up in countries other than where I was born fed me different knowledge than I could ever have imagined. Knowledge of culture, of life, and so many other things that have made me who I am today. I would like to thank everyone who has helped me throughout the past year. My teachers, my friends, and most importantly, the community around me. Thank you for being you and for coming to this celebration today to support the students of 5th grade. Have a wonderful time, and please get out there and show someone how much this celebration means to you. Show them that the effort in life is worth it, because all of you adults have been through 5th grade and have lived the life of a middle schooler. And you know that you need to look for the best in everything you do, because or else who knows what might happen to you. Don't forget that everybody struggles sometimes, and that may actually be the meaning of life.
You need to tell those struggles who's boss and be the best you can be.
Thank you, Helena, Emma, and Riley. Our next speaker will be Miss Nina Keller.
Thank you, Mr. Dan. I'm very proud and so happy to be introducing the fifth graders in my section in 5A and all of the fifth graders here. When I started my journey here at Lincoln 4 years ago, it was with these kids and with these families, and it just feels really wonderful to be sending them to middle school now. They've been through so much, they've grown up so much, and it's really an honor to see that, you know, these kids who started off so small and and so shy are now giving these speeches on stage in front of a crowd. They're solving really complex problems. They're analyzing stories and keeping up with technology. It's just really amazing, and I couldn't be prouder to introduce them. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Nina. Our next speaker is Miss Belinda Williams.
The 4C students are a very special bunch of children. 5C students, sorry, are a very special bunch of students because they all started together in February of this year. So they're the newest students at Lincoln. They, within their first month at school, went off to camp with all of the other fifth graders and were embraced as part of the team immediately. You have done so well. I'm so proud of you, and you're going to be amazing. And I hope that you remember Lincoln when you're changing the world. So congratulations, 4C, and welcome to Lincoln.
Thank you, Miss Belinda. The fifth grade will now receive their medals representing their end completion of fifth grade. Our Spanish teachers, Miss Manu, Miss Jess, Miss Arina, and Miss Irina Marina will be our readers.
Brunella Actis. Brunella Actis. Julia Aliceri Sovara. Khalifa Alkawi. Miriam Alkemsi. Ruben Barlevi. Emma Bellier. Aryan bin Shuhaimi. Avery Brown. Oliver Christ. Melia Cordero Boyer. Pilar Córdoba Nubol. Tiago Cosentino. Angus Cox. Les damos a todos un muy fuerte aplauso. Barrera. Jasper Fitzgerald. Julieta Flores Magaña. Gabriela Franco. Elena Germano. Ule Holtusen. Emma Yaren. Laila Job. Luca Job. Rayleigh Jobs. Alisa Caloeva. Karina Linchao. Les damos a todos un súper fuerte aplauso.
Leonardo López Aguirre. Dandara Lourenco Longobardi Vieira. Valentino Macri. Eva Martelo Pena Herrera. Mateo Mier Rico. Josefina Molina Ratner. Matías Molinari Álvarez. Violeta Moratona. Marcos Murphy. Sokun Oh. Jackson Pace. Elizabeth Padilla Villamizar. Matías Pesic. Les damos a todos un fuerte aplauso.
Delfina Puricelli. Arab Purswani. estos alumnos un fuerte aplauso.
Congratulations, sixth graders. Our next speakers will be Charlie, Brunella, and Melia.
Hi, my name is Charlie. Fifth grade is a big challenge, but when a hurdle or a challenge comes and try to stop us from our success, we remove it. We never let anyone deny that from us. But really, it's those challenges that carve out our success. And it's those successes that mold us into stronger, wiser, braver individuals. Challenges have been and always will be part of our journey, the audience, and all of fifth grade. There are many people I would like to thank. First and foremost, my friends. They've been my teammates, always there to back me up during school's ups and downs. Next, I want to thank my teachers, who have lent me their wisdom and assistance in class with my schoolwork. Lastly, I want to express my gratitude to my parents and my family, who have always been my cheerleaders, supporting me through thick and thin. Looking back, fifth grade has been a roller coaster ride of amazing, boring, and crazy, and a whole bunch of other experiences. But it's been mostly amazing. And speaking of crazy, I have to mention math. It's the only place where somebody buys 64 watermelons and no one wonders why. But anyway, let's move on. So middle school is supposed to be amazing, and it is amazing. We will learn stuff that we never thought was possible, and all of our interests can be accessed through all of the middle school programs. For me, that would be science, digital arts, and programming. But everyone has their own interest, like theater, art, and sports. Definitely soccer. Sometimes we have to shut the windows in our classroom so we don't hear preteens calling each other Bobo while they're playing football. Nevertheless, sixth grade holds its fair share of scares. It's the grade where everything takes a giant leap in terms of workload, activities, and stress levels. Plus, many of your friends may part ways, and maintaining current friendships can become hard and difficult. And the mountain of homework. I've seen teenagers always bending over because their backpack was filled with homework. Say goodbye to your freedom. Yet, despite all this, I know we have what it takes to conquer the challenges ahead. We are more than ready to step into this new world of the sixth grade. Let's embrace this journey, because in the end, overcoming challenges is what makes us stronger. So classmates, this is it. We're ready. In either way, sixth grade and all the experience it has to offer is ready for us. Probably. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brunella. I'm so happy here at Lincoln. I love that you can have tons of friends and make new friends. I'm happy I get to meet new people next year. It's been such a long journey from just a little girl in kinder 4, not capable of going to the cafeteria, to almost a teenager about to be super independent in middle school. It got harder every grade we moved up. In kinder 4, we just drew and doodled. In kinder 5, instead of so much drawing and doodling, we got into deeper topics, letters and numbers. And in first grade, it was harder. We had to know how to tie our shoelaces and not get dirty in the restroom. The second semester of second grade, on our journey, we all experienced COVID, the worst virus that the world has faced in 100 years. At first, we thought it was only going to last for some weeks, but then our school closed, and all school closed, for 1 year and a half. It was stressful, but we all persevered. It was a tough lesson to learn so young. Thanks to our perseverance, we are back together. We are able to hug and not have to wear those uncomfortable masks. Together, we beat the fear. We persevered, and we overcame and moved up. Before I continue speaking about moving up through elementary school, I'd like to wish the best for my friends and teachers who are leaving. I hope you enjoy every moment of this new life. Remember, it's not a last day. It's just one more day of our journey. I'm not done. In 4th and 5th grade, we learned a lot in school. Some of the biggest lessons we have learned are about who we are, who we want to be and who we want to be with. It can be tough. People move to other countries. Yes, that's true. But people change, and it's hard to learn that your friends change. Or maybe someone is no longer your friend. People don't have to like you. People don't have to love you. More important than them is you. When you look in your mirror, you have to like what you see. You have to love what you see. Value yourself. You're worth a lot. So if you're feeling down about a friendship, pick yourself up. People are everywhere. Don't ever give up. Go and say hi, or can I be your friend? You could be meeting your new best friend for life. Thank you.
You got this. You're the best. My name is Melia K. Cordero Boyer, and I'm in student 5A. Today marks a very important day for my classmates and I. Today we're moving on to middle school. Do you remember when you finished elementary school and moved up to middle school way back then? I saw somebody smile, and that told me it was just as important to you then as it is to us today. As I reflect on my own time as an elementary student, I think about two special schools I have attended. One of those is Lincoln, which I have the pleasure of calling my home for the last 4 years. Some of you, just like me, have had to move and make new friends and build new relationships, while some of you have called Lincoln your home since K4 and will continue to do so until high school graduation. Elementary plays an important part in student life as we're taught the basics to build all throughout our studies: reading, writing, and math. Elementary is also about ASA, art, and music shows, field trip, and so many other things, but most importantly, it teaches us the basic of human interactions. In my 4 years here, I've made many good friends, which have helped me in all ways to make me a better person. Learning is great. But who are we kidding? School is about moments spent with your friends. Moving on to middle school will see us grow and develop further other types of skills, such as being more independent and more responsible. It's also about learning the importance of being on time, as well as respecting deadlines to ensure homework is handed in on time. But more importantly, the struggle of opening our lockers. Middle school is all about writing a new page of a new chapter, filling it with so many memories to come. In my case, I will be turning a new page. Moving to a new school in a new country, I have mixed feelings. As I talk with my friends or lay in bed at night, I ask myself these questions. Will I keep the friendships I've made? Will I like my new school? Will our paths cross again, since we all know that the world's not that big? I'm sure I'm not the only one asking myself these questions or feeling this way. As we embark on our new journey, like all of you, I'm taking my suitcase of knowledge to guide me and hope that what I've learned here at Lincoln will brighten my path as I spread my condor wings.
Thank you, Brunella, Melia, Charlie. Next speaker will be Mr. Clint Pike.
My name is Clint Pike, and I've had the pleasure of teaching 5B and actually working with all of these kids this year. And they are remarkable. They are a great group of kids. They will be in my memory forever, haunting me, some of them. Yeah, I can see it. They've got those smiles there. They look so sweet on stage, and they are, but I hear you're laughing because you also know that middle school is around the corner. And with middle school, I really hope that you can all remember all those wonderful things you just said. Sorry, I'm turning to them because this is mainly for them. I hope you can remember all those wonderful things you said about friendship, about change, about looking at mistakes and learning from mistakes. This morning when I thought about what I was going to say, I considered opening up a folder and just pulling out any one of the many speeches that was written by all of these students and delivered in all of the classrooms because they were fantastic. They really were excited to share their words, and it was really difficult to decide who to pick because we could only choose 6. So I want to say thank you to all of you for having the courage to stand up in front of your peers and share your feelings and your experiences. And those of you that were willing to get up in front of this big crowd of, they're not that intimidating, are they? Sort of, yeah. This big crowd of people, I'm super proud of you, and I'm very thankful for everything that we've done this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Clint. Our next speakers will be Hansi Mokoka and Rune Ruiz, 8th graders.
Dear families, teachers, and of course 5th graders. I'm Nune, about to finish 8th grade and move up to high school, and it is my pleasure and an honor to stand here today. 3 years ago, I was where you are today, ready to start middle school. Did they tell you that it won't be that different? Not true. Did they tell you that it won't be as hard? Not true. But don't get me wrong, it will be different, it will be hard at times, and you will have more and more homework each year you advance in middle school. But middle school is so much more than that, especially if you allow it to be. I would like to share with you the advice my mom gave me when I moved up to middle school. She said, school is a given. You have to be there, and that's not negotiable. So you can resist, try to do the least possible, keep saying how bored you are or how hard it is, and just cause your teachers a headache, which, trust me, they don't want. Or you can, but the person who will suffer the most will be you. And the years will go by very, very slowly. Instead, make the best of it. Connect, engage, and enjoy. And she was right. Lincoln's middle school teachers are passionate and encouraging. You can join a sports team and travel. You can become an actor on stage, learn to play an instrument, dive into the world of digital art. We cannot all be equally enthusiastic about English and social studies and Spanish and art and music and drama, but all the teachers in Lincoln Middle School have a passion for the subject they're teaching, and if you have an open mindset and are willing to try, you'll see it's not too bad. I even dare say middle school is pretty awesome. Thank you.
Oh, don't worry about me. Hi, my name is Hunta Mokaka, and just like Nune, I'm an 8th grade student who will be progressing to 9th grade next semester. When I was asked to prepare the speech, I had zero idea what to say, because no words can prepare you for what you're going to experience in middle school. You're going to experience a roller coaster of emotions. But one thing I had originally wanted to do was share my own memories and experiences to help prepare you. But just like Nune said, middle school is still school. You still need to focus, try your hardest, do your best academically. But to me and many others, I'm sure can agree, middle school is not just about academics, but it's also about making connections, building relationships, and forming your own memories. Which is why I chose not to use my memories to prepare you. Because I want you guys to go into middle school with a clear mind and the intention of building your own connections with people who will be your teachers, like Mr. Job, with people who will be your teachers, your friends, and some people you'll get to know so much that they even become part of your family. Now, I don't want to say too much, but I have just a few short messages for you. To our Lincoln future middle schoolers, when the time comes next year, stay focused, but don't let yourself miss out on the fun of middle school, because there's so many amazing things that you're gonna experience. And just like many of you said, you're probably gonna get sad at times, probably gonna lose friends, they're probably gonna move away. But the one important thing to note throughout all of that is to never lose yourself. Always stay focused and remember who you are. And always remember that eventually you will meet that one person who will be your best friend for your whole life. And you could even be standing here with them, like me and Nune. And I want you guys to know that no matter what happens, you'll always have those people out there in the crowd. Your parents, your teachers, and like I said, people who've become your friends. I know you've probably been sitting here for a long time and are bored and want to go home, because that was me too earlier today during our graduation. But so I have just one more message for you. Take advantage of the next few years of your life, because they're not here to stay. You'll only have them for a short while, and they'll disappear within the blink of an eye. And soon you'll just be sitting here again with someone else telling you about what you're going to experience in high school. So, what I want to say to you, I'll say it one more time, real nice and slow, just so you can get it in your head. Because if there's anything you take away from this speech that I'm giving, I want it to be this: savor any moment you have in middle school. Because for those 3 short years, you're going to go through a whirlwind of different emotions, feelings, and work. And you're going to have so many memories, good and bad. But I want you to savor them, no matter what they are. Because at the end of it all, you'll be like me, reminiscing and crying on the past few months and for you years. You'll be crying and missing everything. Don't force yourself to do anything you're not ready to. Take things nice and slow. And once again, savor every single moment. Like I said, you're probably bored, so I'm going to keep it nice and short. So the final message me and Nuna have for you today is, welcome to middle school.
Our final speaker today will be Miss Becky Jobs. After she makes her closing remarks, students will perform.
So I see in the program it says, "Goodbye Elementary School" from Becky Jobs, but the joke's on you guys a little bit because you are supposed to come tomorrow and Friday too. So 2 more days, but you're almost done. Families and friends, I wanted to thank you for entrusting us with your children, and I hope as you listened today, you got to see some of what I get to see on a daily basis in working with your children. I hear that we're learning about 64 watermelons in math, and that's important. But I also heard that these children have learned themes that are going to help them through their entire life in terms of the importance of friendship, the importance of community, and perseverance, and of believing in ourselves. And so to me, I see those as hallmarks and indicators that these kids are learning tremendous things and they're going to do amazing things. So well done, everybody. You're going to make a big difference. And I think since we heard it from Charlie, it must be true that you guys must be ready for middle school. So since Charlie said it, I think it's true. Congratulations and best wishes in middle school. And we'll keep an eye on as many of you as we can. I want to thank Mr. Peter. I know the teachers have already been thanked. I'll thank them again. Mr. Peter is now going to lead the grade 5 students in their final performances for music. So what's going to happen is we have a couple of performances, and then at the end, the students are going to exit off the stage. There will be no closing. This is it. And they're going to meet at the back of the auditorium where you'll be able to meet up with them, take some pictures, and then they need to go back to their classrooms to get their belongings to head over to a party in the gym. Does that sound okay? Yes? Okay, so without further ado, Mr. Peter, handing it over to you.
The first song we are going to perform to you today was chosen by the 5th graders, and it is "Don't Stop Me Now" by the band Queen. The students were also given the option if they wanted to create their own dance. So a lot of our students chose to partake in that. So please enjoy our performance of "Don't Stop Me Now." And then our second performance will take place in front of the stage with our instruments when we perform the song Deo, the Banana Boat song by Harry Belafonte. Please enjoy.